Equity markets in India continued to lose ground for the fourth day in a row, with the Nifty 50 dropping about a third of a percent. And in fact, for the week so far, we've lost just about close to 500 points. Now, this is par for the course, especially today, because of the kind of selling that you saw across the board in the Asia Pacific region. In fact, if anything, the broader markets lost ground to a lesser extent, and they ended just marginally in the red. In fact, you saw some signs of relief in areas where you've seen heavy selling in the recent past, and we'll get to that in just a bit. In today's session, you saw pharma, healthcare, and metals all lose ground. And on the other end of the spectrum, you saw the Nifty bank end just about flat, but the PSU banks started seeing a little bit of relief after the selling that has been in evidence in the recent past. Now, most attention understandably went to the addition of India into the JP Morgan bond index, which doesn't have anything to do with the equity market. And so there was quite a lot of action in the bond market today. You saw the bond yield on the 10-year benchmark government bond fall another 7 basis points today after quite a bit of a fall yesterday. It fell below 7.1% and then regained ground to end mostly unchanged. This is being seen by market participants as very positive for India because of the kind of capital flows that will come into India once this addition takes place in June next year. But talking about the key gainers and losers on the Nifty 50, you had IndusInd Bank as well as Maruti Suzuki, SBI, M&M, and Asian Paints gain ground in trade today. On the losing end, you had Dr. Reddy's Laboratories and Wipro, as well as UPL, Bajaj Auto, and Cipla that were the top losers. Arguably, one of the stocks of the day, RVNL, it gained close to 5% today on the back of a JV that it got into to construct the Varanasi-Ranchi-Kolkata highway. Apart from that, you saw Wipro, I mentioned as one of the top losers on the Nifty 50. It dropped the worst, or rather the most, in as many as 2 months on account of the resignation of its CFO. And you saw Glenmark Pharma, which a lot of people were watching very closely, which lost close to 3% after the deal that it announced to sell its life sciences business to Nirma. Now, all told, it's quite a bit of ground that we've lost. We'll have to see how we start next week. But the signs are that some of that selling pressure seems to be ebbing.